Welcome to Operation Reengage. I'm your host, PC. Let's get some. So the other day, I was watching a video, and then after it was over with, the next video that was, I guess, on the autoplay started going, and I don't remember the content creator's name, but what the video was about was, it was a clip from a woman that looked like she was probably in her early to mid 30s, really pretty much washed up, high mileage, completely fake everything, eyelashes, too much makeup, appeared to be on a 2 or 3 night binge on the CC. And in this video, she was sharing a conversation that she had with one of her male friends about her decision to become more vocal in the feminist movement. And in her mindset, she believed that men didn't really have a choice but to listen to what the woman's imperative was right now. And as I fought back puking all over the place, as I listened to what this woman was saying, it really became indicative of what the mindset is of modern women. And I started thinking about my own experiences and my last run through the plantation, my last experience as what Coach Greg Adams would call being a monkey chimpanzee. And in this relationship that I had with this person, a couple of things came into a light that my conditioning from being, raised in the early 70s, my conditioning completely didn't really understand what I was seeing. It was like a guy being frozen and then thawed out into the postmodern world. And what I grew up being taught was the way things were completely in contrast to what I was seeing. And what this person was what we have today, and probably I would estimate probably 95% of the women. And what I got was the exact opposite of what was sold. But that's not the problem. Like, that's not the main issue that I have with what my experience was. What my experience taught me was the hypocrisy of the feminist movement and the overall female mindset. Because this woman was a slut for all intents and purposes. Every guy that showed her a modicum of attention, she would sleep with him because of the things that happened to her when she was a kid and the way that she learned from her own mother how to get attention from men. She learned at a very young age to use her body and sexuality to get her way with men and boys. And so she never had to develop any sort of real personality. She was just a slut. And so she just adopted whatever personality the guy she wanted to sleep with had, showed him the mirror of what he wanted to be, and she pretended to be that until she found the next guy she wanted to mirror. When I first got involved with her, my gut was telling me, dude, you need to run. And all the red flags that I would now see like a fucking sniper, I deluded myself into believing otherwise. I wanted to believe the words that were coming out of this person's mouth. But what she did was she used my weakness and my desire to find a certain thing, and she held me in place with that. And that's kind of what this woman in this video was talking about. In her mind, men were going to miss out on this wonderful contribution that women have of their intelligence and all the love and bullshit that in her mind she had to offer. But what love is to modern day women is a placeholder for a sucker that's willing to put up with her shit. And that's exactly what I did with the monster that showed me the red pill movement was dead on about all the shit that they say. And so at the end of the situation, I finally got tired of it, and I caught her pretty much red-handed fucking with this guy, and it was obvious via social media. So because I knew she was a liar, and I got tired of hearing her lies about things that felt so obvious, me and the guy had a conversation, and I come to find out that she had trolled him on Facebook for over a year, commenting on his pictures, liking, loving everything. And, he explained to me how, she just popped up out of nowhere, and for over a year, she was constantly getting at the dude. Well, also, during the same period of time, she was constantly starting fights with me and disappearing. So these things started, all of these things that were going on, my gut was telling me, dude, this isn't the way things are supposed to go. But the way that the conditioning is going with the feminist movement, we justify a lot of this shit in our own being. We're supposed to man up and, suck it up. And we easily forgive and forget about a lot of shit. Well, at the end of the situation, when I talked to this guy, he explained to me how she trolled him for over a year and how finally she threw himself at him to the point where he felt he might as well just go ahead and rail it. So he hit it, and she was expecting her magical peace sleeve to be enough for him to change his mind about not being interested in her. And he told her straight up. He told me this, and she told me as well. He told her straight up, "You're not what I'm looking for, but I'll fuck you." And that was good enough for her. And when I brought it to her attention, when I found out, when I uncovered what she really was, and I found out that she had probably slept with upward of triple-digit men, I explained to her how fucking disgusting she was. And she had lied to me about a bunch of guys that were supposed to be friends that I come to find out that she had slept with before. She was sleeping with them during, and I'm sure that they're still on her roster today. When the truth came out, I asked her, why the fuck did you lie to me about this? This was kind of important. When I ask you about certain things, there was a reason for it. And her justification was the truth. It's probably the only time she ever told me the truth. She told me, because I knew if I told you the truth that you wouldn't have anything to do with me. Roger that. She was absolutely correct. Had I known what she was all about, if I had known what she was, had I known what she was doing every fucking time my back was turned, there's no way that I would have touched her with my enemy's dick if I was pissed off at him and wished him the most ill will. That's disgusting. And she knows damn good and well that no man wants that. That's why she lied. And that's what women do. They're never going to tell you the truth. They want to brag about being sexually free and liberated and being proud of this. But when a man of value asks them questions that are valuable to him, she lies almost all the time. And this just isn't with skank whores. I've had married women do the same thing. Their men get out of line, don't do what they want them to do, come my way acting like they need advice, but I know exactly what the fuck they're trying to do. I know what my lane is. And from the external, if you were outside looking in, these women are top of the line women. They put on a really good show when they're with their husbands or when they're with their boyfriends. But the moment these dudes get out of line, they've got other guys that they go to. And I would dare say 95% of the women that you're going to deal with are this way. And this is the imperative that the feminist movement gave women. In the 60s, feminism, that was the beginning of the end of America as an empire, as a strong nation. Because in the 60s, that's when the sexual revolution happened. That's when all sanctity, all morality, all of that shit went out the window. The sexual revolution happened, followed by the birth control pill, followed by Roe v. Wade, which gives women unprecedented ability to fucking assassinate babies that they deem unwanted. All of this was the tools, the weapons needed to destroy the family. And from that point forward, divorce rates have skyrocketed, single parent, aka single mother homes, have skyrocketed, and all the depression, suicide, dropout rates, all of the shit for teenagers that come out of these families has skyrocketed incrementally. All of this shit by single moms who are quote unquote forced to raise kids on their own. But here's the catch. Everything that's led to this bullshit fake power vacuum that we've got, women they say that they don't need men, but without men they would fucking die. The only reason why women have the platform to stand on today is because men gave it to them. Without divorce, rape, without men being at fault and at loss everywhere in every area of any system that has to do with family, children, divorce, marriage, men are on the losing end of that. On every fucking time, men will lose. but women have it bad. No, see, this is a situation like when you have a child who cries, and instead of teaching a child a fucking lesson, you give them something to pacify them. And the first wave of feminism started, and it was a beautiful thing because women deserve to have equal rights. But this idea of equality is fucking insane. The idea that a woman can do anything that a man can do is insane. And you have to only look at trivial matters. Just physically, women are inferior to men. The way that things have gone, women have been spoon-fed every fucking thing that they've whined about. They cried about the ability to kill the baby, so we gave them fucking tools to do that. They whined about wanting to work where men work, so we fucking let them do that. And they took over the workplace and started all kinds of shit. They wanted more money, so they got more money. Now they want more. They want more. They want it all. They want your fucking balls. So everything masculine is being destroyed. It's being attacked. But the way that they're attacking it is the exact same frame that they demonize men for. This thing that we've got going on, they blame the patriarchy. And I say, maybe they're right. Had men not caved in and started giving these fucking whiny brats every single thing that they wanted, just to shut them the fuck up, we wouldn't be here. But now they want more. They want men to, I really do not understand what they're looking for. They wanted the money, they wanted the status, they got it. And now they want more. They want men to accept the fact that they've fucked 100 guys. They want to brush that under the rug because now that they're done doing that, they want to settle down and they want you to pay for it. They want men to accept the fact that they're not going to listen, they're not going to follow, they're not going to do anything. They've got their own imperative, their own agenda, and you're supposed to support this with no qualms. That's what they want. They want men to sit down, shut up, and let them run things. And there's a lot of beta, coward, pussy men that were raised by single moms, probably the majority of them. They're on the team as well. Male feminists. We have pulled everything inside out in this country. Everything is completely fucked up. And the idea that women deserve more than what they've already gotten is fucking insane. I believe women thought that men were enjoying some lavish lifestyle of providing and just having good fun. And so they imposed themselves on everything male. They've destroyed everything male. All the way down to the Boy Scouts. All the way down to the fucking Boy Scouts. They have destroyed everything. They've destroyed the empire of America. And if you study anything about history, anything, open a book, fuck it, go on YouTube if you're too lazy to read. Study history. When empires reach their end, they become what we are today. From the Mesopotamians all the way to the Greeks, the Romans, all throughout history, you give people the ability to build, and they rise, they reach a level of comfort, then they become cannibals of that society. In every society, while they're building, there's a very tight, there is a cohesiveness in the people. There is a ideology, a mythology, a belief system that keeps people together and working towards a common goal. And everyone knows their place. Everyone knows what their job is, and that's what they do. There's no time to party. There's no time to chase after chicks and acquire stupid shit. You're building a nation. And when the nation gets built and abundance happens, that's when men get lazy. Men become civilized. They lose the edge to build and to grow. And when you do that, you lose the will to fight. You become lazy and complacent, and you worry about partying and shit that doesn't matter. Bred in circuses, gladiator games, debauchery, parties, sex. All of these things become important. It's do as you wish, Sodom and Gomorrah. And you don't have to be religious, just fucking read something. When the empires reach the point where the people are eating themselves and what was once frowned upon becomes normal, you're at the end. And what we got going on now across the board with the alphabet communities, feminism, the fucking gender confusion, No, everyone feels like they have something that they need to stand for, but nobody really stands for anything. And meanwhile, real men are forced to be quiet because of the bullies. I say that it's time to rise. I say that it's time to rise. Good men are not harmless men. Good men, harmless men, men that are quiet, men that are subservient, passive, those are not good men. Men that are capable of violence but choose to keep that in check, those are good men. I know there's a lot of good men in this world, and it's time to stop being so fucking quiet. It doesn't matter if you're in a relationship that you're happy with or you're a single man. This movement, this madness affects all men, affects all men. And if you do not stand for men like women stand for women, this country will fall. This society will fall. And these women that have torn it down, they'll just lay down for the barbarians who move in because the men had gotten so fucking passive. Feminism is a fucking lie. Men have believed in it, and that's why we have helped propagate it. We've propped it up. We've given it legs. But it's our money that's given this thing life. So in order to starve the beast, take your money away from it. Stop paying for dates. Stop going to movies where they replace the male characters with some fucking bitch. Stop supporting your own demise. It's that simple, gentlemen. It's that simple. If the paradigm has shifted, then it's time for us to shift. It's time for us to shift and rebuild what manhood means. Let the women eat themselves. Let them cannibalize themselves. Because without your money and without your support, that's all they have. And we all know they don't really like each other. So stay united, men. Stay united, stay strong, stand up. Let's get some.